look at these bulbs. They are super stunning. Now, have you ever been to a place that has resonated with you so much that after you've left, you just know you have to come back? Well, the seasons have changed, but I'm back here at Druitt's Bulbs in the Dandenong Ranges, which is about an hour outside of Melbourne, to see thousands and thousands of hippeastrums, or hippies as they're affectionately called, in full bloom. So let's meet the man behind these beautiful bulbs. Isn't this typical Melbourne weather? The sun's out now. Hey, good to see you, Tim.
How are you going?
Yeah, good. I'm amazed by these hippeastrums. How many bulbs have you got here?
A little over 60,000 are in this planting.
Gosh, that's amazing. And they're a bit of an old-fashioned flower that I think is making a comeback.
Definitely, they kind of, like a lot of things, they go in and out of popularity, but hippeastrums, they're just so easy to grow, people are starting to realise they're really good value for money. These are all new releases, haven't been in the country before. They're actually bred to handle colder temperatures, and most of them are rated down to -8. So if you get those harsh frosts, you can still grow these in the garden, whereas previously, a little bit harder to grow them.
I have to say I'm a little bit in love with this white one here.
One of my personal favourites is this Hippeastrum alfresco. One of the really unique things about this hippeastrum is it's fragrant. Not many hippeastrums are known for their fragrance. Has a lovely subtle scent, and on a centrepiece in the table for Christmas, just really, it's a superb talking feature.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's definitely not a trait I think of when it comes to hippeastrums, but I'm looking forward to seeing what else you've got to show me.
Cool. Let's have a look.
Let's go. Now, that isn't a colour I would normally associate with a hippeastrum.
No, definitely not. It's really unique. It's new breeding again. This is Lemon Sorbet, which I think is really aptly named.
What a great name. I love it. And just a single, pure, beautiful flower.
Definitely. Traditional trumpet style, one of the classics.
And tell me, when you've got a bed like this, would you leave those bulbs in the ground or would you lift them?
We wouldn't lift them every year, but in the garden, like honestly, 20 years, 30 years, they just multiply, and they continue to flower freely with little effort and little care.
Amazing. Not having to lift them, that just makes them easier to grow.
Yep.
Now this is one of my favourite varieties. Check this out. This little beauty is called Merry Christmas, and you can see it's got big, bold red blooms, and the flowers can get almost the size of a dinner plate. I think it's aptly named because you get the bulbs in the ground in early spring, and they flower just in time for Christmas. So they're not all massive. This little beauty is amazing.
Yeah, this is Hippeastrum juniper. It's actually part of the Sonantini type of hippeastrums, or the class of hippeastrums. Smaller flowers, they have quite a lot of them normally. It's unique in that it's a very starry or spidery type flower, but it can also repeat bloom throughout the year. So instead of just that one flowering around Christmas, it can throw flowers whenever it feels like it.
That's amazing. All right, well, you've inspired me. You know I love my pot growing, so I think I'm going to take some of these hippeastrums and create a beautiful display.
Awesome.
Hippeastrums like full sun, or you could get away with part shade, and they look fantastic in containers. Now, normally, if I was telling you to plant a bulb, I'd probably say to plant it about twice as deep as it is wide. But hippeastrums are a little bit different. They like to have their neck poking above the soil. I'm actually planting that variety that's called alfresco. Remember the double white flowered one with that beautiful fragrance? Well, that'll look just beautiful poking up at the centre there. Now, the other tip I've got for you is to make sure that you use a succulent and cacti mix. So something that's a little bit more open, free draining. The hippies will love that. And I like to combine my hippeastrums with some of those annuals or perennials, the flowers that will bloom at the same time. So I'm planting some petunias here. They'll bloom through the warmer months. And I'll put a little bit of silverleaf cineraria in there just to provide that beautiful contrast. Or you could do a red-hot combination and use one of the scarlet-coloured hippeastrums at the centre and surround it with gorgeous chilies. So in a matter of months, that freshly planted bulb will look something like this. And remember, with hippeastrums, a lot of those bulbs are quite big, so they like their food. So keep up that fertiliser for a beautiful display. Well, today's been all about hippies, but look at these beauties.
It has. This is one of my favourites. You can't go past the Dahlia Cafe au lait with its massive blooms.
That is incredible. I tell you what, you're pretty good at leaving us wanting more. I think we might have to come back. So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming. You're always welcome.
Brilliant.